Little Georgia peach from Decatur, where it's greater. East side chick, she ain't never been a hater. A boss and a baddie, yeah, she ain't your average. She do her makeup thing, call that a MUA.
Hey Playhouse babes, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Paris Monet and I'm a professional makeup artist and the owner of the Pink Playhouse. And y'all, today is giving you full glam smoky eye, and of course we're going to achieve this look using our natural glam palette from the Pink Playhouse Cosmetics. And y'all, this perfect palette is great for soft glam and drama. So before we got into the makeup, I went on ahead and I prepped her skin off camera. And y'all know skin prep is essential for a smooth makeup base. So let's get into the brows. Now, I feel like the brows set the tone for your entire face. So we're going to just take our time and build them softly but precisely. So I'm going to go in with my Too Faced concealer, and I'm going to use a shade that is really close to her natural skin tone, and maybe just a shade lighter or a shade brighter. And I'm going to apply this concealer with a flat brush, starting by lightly outlining the bottom of her brow. And I always begin at the arch and I work my way towards her tail, keeping my hand very gentle. And this is going to create structure without making the brow look harsh. Then I'm going to move that product to the front of her brow using very light strokes, keeping this area soft and airy so the brows look natural. And I'm going to bring that product all the way down her her eyelid, excuse me y'all, and blend that out with a fluffy brush. Now let's get into this eye. So to achieve this smoky eye, we're going to go ahead and start with this deep brown matte shade. And this is from the original Natural Glam palette. And this is where we're going to start building our depth, okay? So I'm going to pack this directly on her eyelid and then lightly press this product right into her crease area. And y'all, I just want y'all to notice how pigmented this shadow is. You don't need a lot. Just going to build slowly and blend as you go. There's no need to rush this process, because blending is what's going to give you that professional airbrush finish. So what did we learn today? Blend. Always blend. So next I'm going to go in with a warm matte brown from our now trending Natural Glam palette. And y'all, this shade is key because it's going to help blend everything out seamlessly. So I'm going to just apply this directly into her crease area using a fluffy blending brush, and again using light windshield wiper motions. So now that our eyes are smoked, let's go ahead and move into foundation. So y'all, this is where the skin really comes to life. So I'm just going to start by applying NARS foundation all over her face. And I like to let it dry down for a few minutes. And that's just going to help us achieve a full coverage look without the feel of like heavy makeup. So then I'm going to use my damp beauty blender. And I like to focus on the areas where I want the most coverage, which is going to be her cheek, her nose, and her forehead area. And I'm going to just blend all of this outward towards her hairline and her jaw. And regardless if you're using a brush or a sponge, whatever your prerogative is, just make sure you're pressing and you're rolling the product into the skin for the most seamless finish. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go back in with my Too Faced concealer, and this is about 3 shades lighter than her natural skin tone, and I'm just going to apply this directly underneath the eyes, placing it in an upward lifted angle, okay, y'all? This is what's going to help you give you that snatch woke look, okay? Like, we're here, girl, we are awake, all right? And then I'm also going to add the concealer down the bridge of her nose, the center of her forehead, and then her chin. And then again, I'm just going to go back in with my damp beauty blender. I'm going to just press this product into the skin, pressing and rolling, keeping the product where I want it, letting the sponge do all of the work for me. Now it's time to add warmth and dimension back into her face, and we're going to do that by using a contour cream. So I'm just going to apply this contour cream just beneath her cheekbones, and then I'm going to blend this upward towards her temples, okay, y'all? And this is what's going to create a lifted, sculpted effect. And then I'm also going to lightly contour the sides of her nose, along the jawline, and around her forehead. Now it's time to jump into blush. So liquid blush is what's going to give your skin a healthy flush, okay? I like to apply my liquid blush with my fingertips to allow that product to melt into the skin so that when I apply it, it doesn't just sit on top of her makeup. So I'm just applying this rosy warm tone right above where I apply that contour, and this is gonna again like give her a very like lifted effect but keep her youthful in the face. Then again, we're just going to blend with our beauty blender, and then we're going to blend upwards towards the temple, and again using light tapping motions. You never want to drag the product across the face, okay? Make sure you're tapping, pressing, rolling the product into the skin every time. Okay, so we're going to continue adding warmth and definition into her face, and we're going to apply a contour powder, and this is also going to set that liquid contour cream that we used earlier. And with contour, you want to use a shade that's about 2 to 3 shades deeper than your natural skin tone. So highlight and concealer is for brightening. That's going to be lighter. When you want to warm the skin, it's going to be deeper shades. So I'm just going to apply this contour along her jawline to define and sharpen. And then I'm going to also use a small brush and lightly contour down the sides of her nose, keeping the lines soft and close together to keep her nose like natural but still contoured sharp. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we get down. And then of course I'm just going to apply that contour powder along her hairline, focusing on the temples to add warmth and balance to her face. To sharpen the jawline of her face, I'm going to go in with my translucent powder, and I'm just going to use my powder brush and strategically place that powder right underneath her jawline where I want to create that structure and that dimension. Then I'm going to set underneath her eyes and then down the bridge of her nose, as well as the sides of her nose to create yet again that snatch contour effect. Now that we set underneath her eyes, we can go in with our powdered blush, and we're just going to place this blush right on the high points of her cheeks, slightly above where I placed that contour and right on top of where I placed that cream blush. And I'm just going to sweep this blush upwards her temple using soft circular motions, and just make sure you don't place this blush too closely to her nose, keeping it like slightly a little above where the contour stops. It's time to lock all of this in with our setting spray, allowing all of these products to melt into her skin. And I'm going to go on top of that with my beauty blender and just press these products into the skin. This is also going to like hydrate her face again, wake her back up from using all those powders from earlier. So this step is very important. Do not skip this step no matter what your makeup routine is. Y'all, lashes are my favorite part of the look, lashes and the brows. So we're going to apply her lashes using the pink Playhouse Cosmetics Stuck On You Lash Adhesive. I just apply a thin, even layer of the Stuck On You Lash Adhesive directly to her lash line. I let it dry down a little bit, get tacky, and then I'm going to go ahead and press that lash right into her lash line where I apply that adhesive. We're going to apply black waterproof gel liner directly to her waterline, and this is going to just define her eyes and make her look sexy and add to the drama of this smoky eye. And just a pro tip when applying liner to your waterline, if you have teary eyes, hold your breath. I don't know the science behind it, but for some reason when you hold your breath while doing this step, it prevents your eyes from tearing up. So I always use this technique with my clients so that they're not undoing the hard work that I just did. So after we apply this gel liner, we're just going to smoke it out using a little buffing brush. So even though this look is smoky, we want to keep her soft. She's young. We don't want to make her look too mature. So we're going to go in and add a pop of shimmer in her inner corner eye. And this is just going to wake up the eye, soften her look, add to the drama. Like, look at that. That is gorgeous. You see that? That's exactly what this look needed. So let's keep this glow going. So we're going to apply highlight directly to the high points of her face, the top of her cheekbones, down the bridge of her nose, Cupid's bow, and even around her eyebrows. Anywhere where I feel like light might hit her is where I want to add my highlighter. So to keep her look soft, I'm just going to lightly add some brow hairs to her eyes using my micro brow pencil. Not doing too much because she already has full brows. So I'm just going to add to her brow where I feel like she just needs some depth and definition. Instead of a traditional lip liner, I love to use the pink Playhouse Cosmetics for my liner. And so I'm going to go in with this deep brown eyeshadow to line her lips. And this is just going to give her a softer, smokier edge. It's going to pair beautifully with her red lip that I'm doing. After I blend out this liner on her lips, I'm going to go ahead and jump in with my red matte lipstick. And I'm going to start at the bottom of her lips, work my way to the top of her lips, y'all. And this lip is sexy. And another pro tip, when you're applying a red matte lipstick, make sure you're using controlled strokes just to maintain precision and keep your edges clean. We're going in with our final spray down using our one size setting spray, and it's just going to keep her matte all day long. And this is the final look, y'all. Did she love it or did she love it? This is a soft but bold smoky eye that just works for date nights, events, photo shoots, or anytime you just want to feel like you know you that girl. And if you love this look, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. And let me know in the comments if you're more of a soft glam or a full glam girly. And remember, you can shop the Natural Glam Palette directly on my website and on Amazon. It's going to be linked below. And if you're ready to be glammed by me in real life, go ahead and book your appointment because these spots do fill fast. Thanks so much for being a Playhouse babe, and I'll see you in the next video.